I'm one of the SEMA Women in Leadership ambassadors. SEMA is an accounting body, and studying SEMA was one of the best decisions that I've ever done because it opens quite a lot of doors for me. And in 2021, I became an ambassador for SEMA and met a lot of amazing women. One of those women is Yana Bond, who has agreed to join us today. Yana is the finance director of a pharmaceutical wholesale group. Yana's story is really empowering, and she's happy to share her journey with us to empower others that may be at the start of their journey in finance. Yana's passion is to help finance professionals get promoted within a year and build necessary skills for continuous career progression. Hi, Yana.
Hi, Arlene. How are you?
How are you doing?
Very well. I'm very excited to be here. Really looking forward to our session.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for making the time to do this. I know you're a busy person. So yeah, I'm just going to ask you a few questions that hopefully will give anyone that's watching or listening a bit of an idea about being in finance and how they can elevate themselves. And also at the end, we can share your details for how people can maybe ask you follow-up questions, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. So could you tell us a little bit more about your journey?
Yes, sure. So I'm Russian, and I started my working career in 1998. So as my kids describe it, last century. So I started in FMCG company called Procter & Gamble back in my country. And in 2002, I was given an opportunity to move to the UK. So within the same company. So me and my husband took this opportunity, and honestly, I've never been in the UK, and I could only dream of working abroad. And yeah, I just grabbed this opportunity, moved here, and there were a lot of challenges. Honestly, from cultural differences to my barrier in English, my English was very poor, as I realized. So yeah, at the beginning of my career here in the UK, I was facing a lot of personal challenges. Not so much professional, but personal. I had to overcome this fear of speaking, fear of being not considered as highly professional, because for me, in my head, I thought people who are working in finance in the UK, they're all graduates from Oxford or Cambridge, at least. So I had this mindset about people being very, we have slightly different cultural aspects as well. For example, where I'm coming from, hierarchy is very important. Whereas when you move here, it's less so. People call themselves by first name, whereas in my culture, you have to obey the hierarchy, the age difference as well. So there were lots of different things, but I think what I decided to do is join SEMA when I moved to the UK, because I realized that without knowing how finance professionals work and what the expectations are, I wouldn't be able to succeed. So I started my SEMA. I done it during 5 years because I had a break, maternity break, and I just decided to go easy, easy on myself, because having a little child, it was slightly a lot of stress for me.
It's tough enough already. Yeah.
Exactly. So after 5 years, I graduated. I got qualification in SEMA, and that's where I started actually building my career as well. I was offered different opportunities. I have to say it was the same level. I was senior finance analyst, and I got through so many different roles, anything from manufacturers to corporate accounting to being a finance analyst for the categories, for the customers, and tons and tons of different roles. And I really, really appreciate the time. Yeah. The only thing which bothered me is that during this 10 years of being on the same level, I couldn't get promoted. I thought I was doing everything very well. I was doing everything spotless. I knew everything about my side of the function and my side of the business, but I still was not able to get promoted. And of course, I realized that, it's not always possible to have a career and a family. And then it was very difficult to get promotion because your organization is very small or the functions are very small.
And priorities sometimes.
Exactly, and priorities are different. But then, I started working on my mindset, because I realized that all these negative thoughts or beliefs, they don't help me. And I really started focusing on my mindset and the way I see myself professionally as well. So how do people perceive me? Do they perceive me as a value-adding professional, or do they just see me as a person who does the job well and the reliable expert in the area, and somebody who you can 100% rely on, give more, and they will do it as well. And then I realized, you know what, I'm probably falling into the second group of people, somebody who is always there, ready to help, can work days and nights, doing monthly close, all right, budgeting, forecasting, but who is not seen as a potential candidate for the promotion, because I couldn't demonstrate that I really do something extra on top of my responsibilities.
You're meeting your expectation, but not exceeding.
Exactly. And that's what I started thinking about it, and thought, well, I really need to step up. I know that I've been on the same role for 10 years. I know I have a family, but then I had 2 kids, but I really want to progress. Because with progression, I thought, I would learn so much more, and I will have so many doors opened up for me. And in my head, I thought I can't continue doing the same role of senior finance analyst for the rest of my life until I got to retirement.
You just wanted to elevate yourself.
Exactly, absolutely. And also the monetary impact of it as well. I looked at my pension fund and I thought, oh my God, how I'm able to survive on that. And I really thought that for me to progress in my career, I feel I could do it. Yes, it's challenging. I need to push myself hard, but there are also rewards coming on the back of it. So I had a family. I wanted to be independent as well. I wanted to have my salary and my career. So I just, with my foot head on, I just started working on it. And that's how I came up with the program.
Yes.
Because I went through different aspects. I understood that you need to focus on 3 criteria actually, and I will cover it very briefly. You need to add the value. You need to demonstrate that you can deliver and solve the problems to the company. And then you absolutely need to have a right mindset as well to be able to pursue it, and not to pay attention to any small, people in your head saying, well, who do you think you are? Why you are doing this?
Yes. That imposter syndrome.
Exactly. Imposter syndrome was one of the key factors and key beliefs I had to fight against. But once you start doing this, everything comes together in place. And in the past 6 months, I was promoted 4 times, and I've been promoted from senior finance analyst to now I'm a director.
Yes.
So it's been a huge journey for me. And, I'm here to share my experiences with anyone who is feeling the same, feeling that they're stuck. They deserve to be promoted, but they're feeling stuck, and they just want to break through the ceiling and understand what does it take.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. And you mentioned that you started your program. It started from you, really. So already the proof is there in terms of success. So the program that's Finance Leaders of Tomorrow, right?
Correct, yeah. And actually, I knew I was successful. I knew that I was doing very well. And I guess the aha moment for me came when I was flying on a business trip to Germany, and it was a very sudden trip I had to take, and I realized only at the plane that I was sitting in a business class. And when I was there, out of 20 people there were only me and another lady. And when I realized that I'm flying with a business class, I felt embarrassed. Oh my God, what am I doing here? There's so many, people like men in the suits, and I'm just, I'm just a girl. And I thought, why not? I have to sit at the business class. I fully deserve it. What's going on? And then kind of that revelation came. I want to see at least 50% of the business class being occupied by women.
Yes, and for them to feel like they deserve that seat.
Exactly.
It kind of sounds like, in the boardroom, how many women are you seeing in there, right? It sounds the same thing, like on that airplane, you could only see a handful of women, and it needs to increase.
Absolutely. So yeah, so I thought I need to talk about myself. I need to share my knowledge with other people. Maybe it will resonate with some, maybe not. But I think we are here to support each other and just to help each other to grow and allow ourselves to grow as well. So yeah, that's how I came up with this idea to have Finance Students of Tomorrow program, where it's basically built on my experience, and that's what I also coach my people in my organization as well. So, and I thought, okay, I will go external as well and share my experience and tips with other people.
Yes. Well, that's brilliant. I'm sure it will definitely help a lot of women and a lot of people in general. So in terms of what you're trying to achieve, are there a certain number of people that you're trying to reach out to, or you're just kind of helping out one person at a time? What's your objective with it?
Well, actually, for now, I'm just doing posts on Finance Leaders of Tomorrow Facebook page and in LinkedIn. If you follow me, you will see a lot of posts about career progression and what to pay attention to. And I have come up with this program, but because I work full time, I'm not able to sign up hundreds and hundreds of people. I have currently 5 people on this program because that's all I can kind of afford in terms of the time and in terms of the results and focus. I really want people to achieve the results. And, you know, it's a 5-week program, and then I take a break and then I sign up another 5 people. So I'm not really, you know, in it to make money as a coach. I'm here to support people who really want to get a progression. And, you know, with the investment they're making, they will pay it out with the pay rise once they get promoted. So money for me is not an object. My main money source is obviously my salary and everything which comes with it, like bonuses and benefits. So I'm not there for making a big focus out of it and pursue my career in coaching. For now, you never know.
You never know where it might go, but I love that you're saying that, because that's what's important here in terms of helping other people. That's your main focus. And it sounds like you also want to deliver on the quality of, you know, the services that you're providing rather than the quantity, or it's a monetary thing. So that's really good to know that at the heart of it, you just want to help people out with their career.
And especially I want to help women as well. You know, that's my primary focus. I've been there. I can resonate with the people, with the women who have little kids, big kids, you know, who were on maternity leave, who are coming back to work, and they want to just to have a little bit of confidence that they're doing the right thing. Also, if you're a newly promoted person, then also, you know, you don't want to, this imposter syndrome comes with the promotion on day one, when you realize, oh my God, now I have much more responsibilities. So really, it's open for both men and women, but I think it will resonate more with the women.
Yes. Yep. And let's say if there's one thing that you can offer up in terms of advice or direction for anyone that's, for example, that woman that's just come back from maternity leave or just got a promotion. Actually, I'm in my first few months of a new role. If there's any advice that you could offer up in terms of thinking long term and then getting that promotion within a year, what is it that you could advise for someone to do?
Yeah. So in my program, I'm focusing on 3 things. One is adding the value. Okay. So in my experience, when I was stuck for 10 years in the same level, and when I looked at the people who got promoted much quicker than me, I realized that they're focusing on 2-3 big projects. You know, and by focusing on these 2-3 big projects, they have a support from their line managers, from their managers. So they're invited to the top meetings. And this project, they're really, they are part of their strategic development of the company as well. So my advice would be, look at your current job and understand what you're doing currently. Does it fit with the big strategic decisions which company is taking? If you can't find anything which you think can demonstrate that you add value, then ask your line manager, what are the 2-3 big things you can lead? You know, to demonstrate that you have a leadership skills, to demonstrate that, or you can build the leadership skills, but something which also your line manager will be fully supportive of. So make sure that you have at least 2-3 projects under your belt to demonstrate that you can lead big projects and work across different functions. So doing your job well is not enough anymore, especially in this environment where people are becoming more and more competitive.
Very competitive.
Also, don't be afraid to ask for a promotion. As a director, when people come to me and ask for promotion, it shows that they're ready. They think about it. It doesn't come out of blue. People put a lot of effort into asking for the promotion. Nobody's asking for the promotion like, oh my God, I'm just like, I want to be promoted,
Yeah, this first of
promotion.
all, back up the skills, think about what do I need to show?
Exactly. And if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I was stuck for 10 years is because I didn't ask for promotion. When I told my manager why I'm not promoted, she said, well, I didn't know. I thought you have 2 kids, you're doing SEMA. I didn't know, you didn't tell me. And, now I understand her, being in her shoes now, because we are not mind readers. You really need to advocate your results, your achievements, and you really need to ask for what you want to achieve. And don't just think short term, like I want to go up the next level. Make very clear to your line manager that you want to progress throughout your life, work life, that you want to achieve at a director level or CFO level or controller level. Just put this seed in their head that that's what you are aiming for and allow them to help you.
Yeah.
Because if you don't ask for the help, nobody is going to help you. Nobody understands what's going on in your head, what's going on in your personal life. So just help them to support you as well. Also, build your network, build the fan of you, your fan group. And it has to be people who are decision makers. Unfortunately, your line manager is not the only decision maker when it comes for the promotion.
Yeah.
Try to build your network with other function leaders who are also in the same kind of group of making the decision. And it doesn't have to be like regular meetings. It could be just, 10 minutes conversation over the phone. Here I am. That's what I've been achieving so far. That's what I'm looking for. And looking for progression. If you have any interesting project, let me know. I can support you on that or your team on that. Just let them see you and understand them that you are the one who want to get progression and you are the one who are looking for the development. And
I'm writing down all my notes here. And one thing that you pointed out, I haven't gone into detail, but I felt like, I haven't been doing that, is jotting down your achievements. I just wrote that down, like you need to keep a record of, in January, what did I actually achieve? So then when I go and say I would like a promotion, that I can back it up.
Absolutely. And it also helps your line manager to understand what you've been doing. And also take this note and present them back to HR or whoever is CFO or whoever makes the decision as well. Everything you put in writing also allows you to kind of realize yourself that what you've been doing actually is good or not good. And for me, it's like a CV. I look at my experience and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've been doing, I'm ready. I'm ready. And I think, so, don't allow other people acknowledge your contribution as well. So prepare this list, always fill it with some other things. And also, if you are aiming for something big, and if somebody comes and asks you to do some nice to have reports, it would be nice to see how this competitor is doing. Well, it doesn't fit into my short-term planning, long-term planning. Maybe I can do it, but not now. Don't be afraid. Once you have this focus in your career, don't be afraid to say no if it doesn't fit this strategic project you're doing, or if it takes up a lot of time and you really want to, find time to focus on the right things as well.
That's a good point, because sometimes, because we want to show how great we can revamp a report, all the skills that we can do, you want to exceed. Sometimes you end up taking on too many projects. Maybe you underestimate how much time it takes to achieve something, so much so that you then end up being burnt out and then actually delivering low quality. So that's a really good point.
And I remember somebody from like top leader because I was a perfectionist. I had to make sure that my presentation looked great, nice pictures, nice photos, etc. But for me personally, it took so much time to fine-tune everything.
Yeah.
My advice, somebody gave it to me, don't look at the way, like 80-20. If you're covering 80% of your ideas already in one presentation, just go for it. Share it. If you find out something new about competitor or something which would be interesting for your business, share it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be in a nice presentation or in a nice slide. Just share it. The more you share, the more it shows that you are kind of passionate about the business, passionate about development, your personal development, that, don't be afraid to share. There is no such thing as oversharing in my experience. You overshare that, not share at all, and waiting for this perfect moment when you can present yourself. This perfect moment never comes.
Yeah.
Never. It's, in my experience, it never came. I always had to ask for it. I always had to, demonstrate.
Kind of push it. Yeah.
Because nobody knows what ideal is in your head, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't come back to you and say, oh, it's not good enough what you wrote. Nobody does it, please.
Yeah.
So, I guess my other third point, which I want really people to focus on, especially women, it's mindset. Oh my God, it's so important. I had so many doubts about being promoted and what it will look like. For me, I thought if I will be ever director, oh my God, it's so much responsibilities. It's responsibilities for the people. It's responsibilities for company performance. What if we will go bust because of me? I don't want to work full time, not full time, but 24/7.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I will not see my kids. What if I will be traveling a lot and then something happens bad with the kids? Nonsense.
So much. Yeah. All
Nonsense.
in your head. Yeah.
Exactly. And this, like, you realize you want to have this promotion, but subconsciously you will always find this sabotaging thoughts, which will say, okay, I will not do it today. I will do it tomorrow or next week when I feel better. Just as long as you're aware about these sabotaging thoughts, just park them, say, this is not true. I'll just do it because it takes literally 10 minutes to send this email off, which probably will hopefully will make me more visible to my leader or shows that I've done something great. Be aware, park them, and don't be scared. Fear is another big barrier for me. Because, for example, fear of being rejected. What if I ask for promotion and I'm rejected? What if I ask for promotion and I'm being not laughed at, but say, well, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Because I was told this, but not in the context of being promoted, but in the context of being too kind of unprofessional. So saying no to many things. That's what
I see. Yeah.
Especially when I used to come a lot with the issues. Oh, we have problem here, oh, we have problem there.
But no solution.
So what do you want me to do about it? What would you do about it? And then, that made me think, okay, he told me once, who do you think you are? Don't come with the issues. Everyone can come with the issues and, come with recommendations. I thought, okay, I mean, obviously he wasn't stupid. He could understood that, we had issues and problems in the company as well, but he was really looking for somebody who can solve them.
Someone who can.
That's where you can come in.
Yeah. That's another really good point in terms of try to go to your manager. Yes, you've spotted that there's an issue. Spend 10 minutes thinking about how can you fix it. Yeah. Genuinely, if you can work it out or ask someone else that can help you fix it and then offer up the solution, that's way better than, as you said, you're coming up with a list of problems, but absolutely no way of trying to resolve them.
Exactly. And if I could summarize it, my favorite thing is don't be best, be first.
Yeah.
Because, in my experience, my English is not the best. My communication skills is not the best. I don't have the best education. I haven't graduated from Oxford or Cambridge, but I have a reputation of taking on issues and solving them. Taking on problems and solving them, because I'm always first to put my hand up and say, okay, let me solve this problem for you. Okay. And then people have this reputation, okay, now at this stage, of course, education at my level is not, honestly, is not very important, but I built this reputation of solving problems, of being the problem solver, and working across functions and taking the most difficult
tasks,
unattractive, but strategically important projects. And I think that what made me actually more visible as well to the management, because they could rely on me, and they can rely on me currently and now and in the future. I built this reputation of being first, not the best probably, but that will do, you know, because nobody wants you to fail. None of the leaders want their employees to fail. That's
if
why
anything, they want you to succeed. So overall, the whole team succeeds.
And even if I don't have the skills, so my first project, I was in finance, was to organize with our communication team the big meeting of our managing directors, okay, from 10 countries, international meeting. And I thought, it has nothing to do with finance. I'm in month's end. Why would I need to organize the event? But to be fair, there was nobody who could lead it. And I thought, okay, I'll do it. But the amount of visibility you have all of a sudden from this nothing to do with finance project is enormous, because all of a sudden you work with managing directors, you work with the people who are organizing it. You all of a sudden have so much exposure to absolutely different type of work and roles. And and another one was on digital development, digital strategy. I mean, I have nothing to do with finance, but I put my hand up and I said, I'll go for it. You know, I'll be just a note taker. I'll just organize the meetings between chief information officers and people who understand it. And then you become all of a sudden involved in this. You know, you become all of a sudden actively participating in these conversations, even though I was just a partner in the business. And I said, oh my God, I mean, it's such an amazing job just to be the first, not the best, and not necessarily know anything about digital and, you know, this not professional, but because I put my hand up, I was involved, and everyone wants to support you. You know, everyone wants to say, okay, and you know, Yana, when are we going
to learn as well, right?
Exactly. So that's my advice. So value add projects, right mindset, build your network, and one of the tips, you know, just try to be the first and not necessarily the best. Because that helps you a lot to build the skills, to build the value-added project, to build your networking, and just to build the confidence in yourself and grow exponentially. So
that's really great advice and really good key takeaways there that I'm definitely going to go away and think about and implement literally from today. So thank you so much, and thank you for your time. I thought it would be good to close it off by asking you like a quick question about like your favorite book or your favorite podcast to listen to that might have helped you out with maybe even your mindset or anything like that.
So the first book which really stuck with me when I was working on my professional development was have you heard about the book Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg? So she's chief operation officer, I believe, currently in Facebook. So that's my daughter in the background, the one I'm
oh, lovely.
So she was the one who really opened up eyes for me about if you don't ask, you don't get. You know, we women always believe that, oh, we are different, we are special, but men are very simple. You need to tell them what to do, what you want, and then they will do it. You know, they're not as sophisticated as women. They need to have a clear direction where you want to be and what you want to achieve. So that was, I guess, biggest takeaway from me from this book. And also sit at the table. I wouldn't say I was shy. I think I was more of let my manager explain it to the leadership board, or let somebody else who is more experienced to explain it. But then I thought, no, I was literally physically sitting in the middle of the table, as if I'm the one who, even if I wouldn't speak, I would sit in the middle of the table. You know, and it was strange feeling when you have all of the sudden these vibrations from the top management. You got involved as well. They would ask you questions, and kind of you start feeling very important, and that just builds your confidence, and also it builds you perception about you is changing as well drastically when people see you contributing as well in this meeting.
You've got
And
confidence.
also, yeah, so that was first book, and the other books were all about mindset. You would be surprised. So it was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was book The Secret by Rhonda.
That one too.
Yeah, and I from podcasts. I don't listen to podcasts. I'm still old-fashioned. I'm going to YouTube.
That's fine. They upload the same thing from podcasts to YouTube. So
yeah, well, I'm kind of not can't get used to it. So I'll listen to Tony Robbins, Joy Dispenza. So everything related with mindset, because I believe once I put my target, my goals, and I'm aware of all these beliefs I have in my head, I think that's what key for me. How I identify in my head what's happening, why it's not happening, what's the reason why it's not happening yet. And then I kind of work on it, and it all falls into right places. I meet right people. I'm open up to more opportunities, and just positivity overall, the mindfulness, the feeling good about yourself. I mean, I'm simplifying, but I believe 100% a lot of things which are happening around you is because of your mindset, and come from your subconscious mind as well. So I meditate at least 20 minutes a day.
Lovely. I meditate.
Yeah, and every time when I walk with my dog as well, I also try to, just enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Be in the moment. I think it's very good as well for my kind of mindfulness, and for my little bubble I live in.
Yeah. I love that. So loads of really good recommendations, and I follow the people you just said as well, and all about being positive and attracting goodness, and just kind of repelling anything that's negative. So I'm glad to know that you kind of follow that as well. So it means that I'm on a positive trajectory to finance director soon.
Yes, absolutely. We are on the same vibe.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time, and all the really good nuggets that you just shared there. I will make sure that I put in links and the names of everything that you've mentioned so people can easily access it. And can you also advise us how people, you mentioned Facebook for the program, but if you can just advise how people can get in touch with you.
The easiest way to get in touch is on LinkedIn, Yana Bond. So get in touch, follow my posts, or just, drop me email. I'm happy to help, or just, message me as well. So direct message, I reply to all of you and, everyone. And from there I can direct you to my Facebook group, Finance Leaders of Tomorrow, which is, you can also find it on Facebook. But you know what? I realized Facebook is now outdated. Younger generation don't follow Facebook. They're on Instagram and TikToks, and I'm just still old-fashioned. So that's why I'm not promoting much my Facebook group. But if you find me there, feel free to kind of join my Facebook group.
Yeah, you'll be surprised. There are quite a few people that still use.
Yes.
We'll put the link as well as your LinkedIn link so people can easily find you. But thank you so much. And I hope we can have a further conversation. I'm sure there's loads that we can still share.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you.